W elevation in the chat. Let's get some W elevations. Speaking of which, thank you, Jamie. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you so much. Amy, thank you for the $3 for helping the economics. Thank you. Noel, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you. Audie, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Don't worry about it. Madeline, thank you for the $1 for the raising my economics. Ramsey, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much, Ramsey. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I actually haven't seen that. I'll have to look at that. Thank you so much for sending that. Ari, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Cecilia, thank you so much for the $3. That's crazy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Michelle, thank you for the $2. Really appreciate it. Emily, thank you for the membership subscription. Ben, thank you for the for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Glampire, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you. Glampire, really appreciate it. Maddie with the $20. Again, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let me make sure I'm fully caught up on YouTube real quick. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. By the way, let's try to hit the 3,000 likes. Gibbon, thank you so much for the $5. Fallen with the $2. Ocean with the 3. Max with the $2. Gibbon with the 5. I really appreciate it. Hazelnut, thank you for the $2. Nina with the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Green 4, thank you for the $2. Diego with the $5. And Ribs, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. As well as Ryan, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Sella, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much from a fellow elevated Angelino. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Jeanette, thank you so much for the $4.20 for the W elevation. And Ali, thank you for the $5 for the W elevating.
Thank you to Matt also for the $10. Thank you, Matt. I really appreciate you.
All right, Sean.
What are you typing, bro?
Yeah, what are you looking for?
I'm messaging my friend.
Oh.
About how much you're losing?
I think you should debate, but I don't know if he knows who you are.
I would totally debate him.
Because he's a way better debater than I am. He's a master debater.
Oh, that's a pretty low bar, huh?
Bruh.
Well, hey, I'm just messing with you. You just said you made a joke, I made a joke, you know?
All right, hold on. So, you think Kamala, is that how you say it?
Kamala, yeah.
Would be a way better option than Trump.
Yeah.
Why so? How?
Yeah, because she advocated for tax cuts for working class Americans, right? She advocated for literally like investments in renewable energy. She believed in science.
Is my shit muted though?
She advocated to expand access to health insurance.
Shit.
You know, where Donald Trump is advocating for massive tax breaks for millionaires and billionaires, is cutting people's food access and cutting off of people's access to health insurance, and then literally not ensuring that the government can stay together and actually operating. The government's currently shut down right now, and like he's already said himself, you blame the president whenever the government shut down. It's his job to get the country to come together, right?
The reason we're on a furlough right now is because of Democrats.
Oh,
you said what?
How do you make that case?
Hold on, 1 second.
Okay.
His friend, very important message.
I'm trying to get him to talk to you guys because he's good.
Emily, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. You need help?
Yeah, I do need help actually.
Okay. Tell him to get on. Where's he at?
He's in the stream right now.
Okay. What's his name?
Let me ask. Hold on.
Yeah, if he's in the guest box, we can add him up. We can bring in some backup for you.
I need
What's
backup.
their name?
He's typing right now. Hold on.
Alrighty, give him a meantime. In the meantime, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. His name, Alex Jones. It's gonna be Alex Jones. 10 out of 10. Totally happening. That's the probability. He's actually a host at InfoWars. We didn't know it the whole time. Is he joining the live or what's going on here?
I think he sent a request. Hold on.
Is he not telling us his name?
Yeah, we need to know his name so we can add him up.
Is it the pillow guy?
Pillow guy? No, it's not him.
Okay.
It's super secret.
I don't know.
else
he-
could-
I
who
don't
else
think he
could it-
wants
who
there.
else could it be,
But he
chat?
said, just tell him that the big beautiful bill is bad.
What? Oh,
but
he's
Kamala
not
also-
not gonna join,
Oh wait, hey, wait, hold on.
dude.
I
So
don't
he's
know, he
Your
said-
scared.
friend says that the BBB is bad.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
W
okay.
W
Face
friend. Yeah,
friend.
wait, yo, whoa. What else did he say?
But Kamala also wouldn't deliver
Kamala?
for the American working class either.
How so?
Dude, I'm trying to get him to get in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
it
he's
sounds
like-
like he
he-
may be like slightly based. We might have to talk to him.
He said the big beautiful bill is bad. So I mean, do you agree with him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then, what policy of Trump do you like?
I don't know. Hold on.
You don't know a single policy of Trump's that you like.
Any policy, any.
Sean, why did you think this was a good idea to join the live?
Because I just disagree with
But like,
Democrats.
why do you disagree
and
with
their
Democrats? What do you
views.
even? Can you name one thing that you disagree with Democrats on?
Yeah, like immigration.
What on
the
immigration?
LGBTQ stuff.
What about the LGBTQ
Well, that
plus
one talk
community?
What'd you say,
Yeah.
Matt?
What? Wait, so
What's
you
wrong
don't
with the
even know?
LGBT?
Wait, by the way, this is literally the meme they use against Democrats, that they're just anti-Trump and they never have any policies that they actually support. And then he's literally just anti-Democrats and he has no policies for why he supports Donald Trump. What is
Yeah.
up with that? It's always that. They always talk about it the other way around. Democrats are just against Trump and they never have policies they actually advocate for, but it's literally just that, like in 95% of circumstances for Trump supporters. They're like, oh, I have a problem with the LGBT plus
Sean.
community. Well, what specifically about the LGBT plus community makes you so sensitive, brother?
Yeah, that's my question.
It's just wrong.
How so?
What? How's that?
They try to get kids to do it.
Where?
Get kids to do what? How do you get a kid to be gay? Can you
Hormones
tell me
and
how?
all that stuff.
Hormones. Okay, so who's getting kids to take hormones?
Don't you know, Parker, that in like kindergarten, teachers are passing out hormones?
Oh yeah, that's definitely happening. You know, they just started.
Joe
they just
Biden
started-
made that a law. Remember?
Joe Biden he
That-
actually dropped this bill that said,
He said,
"Art
ask
thou
for-
give every child in elementary school hormones? Every single child, give them hormones."
Chairability. What's that? He said, ask for chairability.
Shareability. Is
What?
that his username?
Maybe, I don't know. Hold on.
Charitability? You mean like to be charitable?
Yeah, like to be charitable. Maybe he
I
may
don't
have
know what he's
misspelled
saying.
it.
Okay, we're debating him through a text channel.
No,
at this
bro.
point.
I'm trying to.
Hey, bro,
dude,
I'm gonna
I'm
go on to the
telling you
next
right now,
person, Sean.
All right. Well. Hold on.
What else did you want to
Maybe-
tell me, other than shareability?
Whatever.
No,
No,
we're
no,
laughing
no,
at you,
serious, like,
Sean.
tell
We're
me,
laughing
come
at the
on.
word. That's a funny word.
Yeah, it's just a
That's why we're
funny
laughing.
word, man.
Because someone in the comment typed in chair and then like
Ability.
ability, and it just made me laugh. Like it was just funny.
I don't know. He might have. He just said, "Hold on, comma. Ask for chairability." I don't
Oh,
know
his
what that
name's
means.
Chairability. Oh, okay. Here, let me look and see if I see somebody named Chairability.
No, he's not.
I'm
Even, nope,
looking.
I don't see them.
Yeah, I don't see him either.
I think that they were asking a question. All right. Is there anything else you want to say before we go on to the next person?
No, not really.
All right.
Keep listening, Sean. We think that you're. I have faith that you'll come to the right side.
Me too. Me too.
Which is the.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is our
Our
side.
side. Our side. Alrighty, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link
It's
tree in the
funny
bio,
as
as well
hell.
as the description of the YouTube. As well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat or in the pinned comment on my YouTube. I would really appreciate it, everyone. If you also want to support me for free, make sure to hit that thumbs up, everyone, if on TikTok. Let's try to get to tap the screen on TikTok. Let's get to 1 million likes. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up. Let's try to get to 3,000 likes. I'd really appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay. What's your birth year?
2007. May
What month?
3rd. May 3rd.
What month?
That's it.
May.
May, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Donald Trump,
Why so?
a million times over. He's forgiving student loans.
Okay, he's not forgiving student loans.
Yeah, he is.
Nice.
Thank you to Artie for the $5. Thank you, Artie, for the very kind message. Thank you, Artie. Thank you on Venmo.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up, man? I'm 32.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I don't know. Probably still Trump, but I've been listening to you for a while, and you might be starting to turn me a little bit.
Nah.
Okay, so why do you support Donald Trump then?
I just think, like, I think politics are pretty crazy, but also, like, half these people that come on here are, like, unhinged. Some of these people that act like they support Donald Trump. Like,
But
like, I'll-
why? What issue is making you still supporting? Because you said that you're leaning towards like not supporting him, but there has to be something that is like keeping you from like going that like full path.
I don't know. I'm not like super big into politics, but just the way that some of the Democrats act, and also Republicans. I don't know. Just the way politics is crazy right now.
Yeah, so like, here's my point: is that there's going to be people on both sides that you disagree with how people personally act, but that's not representative of like an ideology on whether or not that ideology is correct.
So, what do you think about the government shutdown?
I think that it's Trump's fault, and that's something that he said himself. He said that it's the president's job to keep the country together and
That's
unified
right.
and get them to specifically pass a bill so that the government can stay up. Also, they're choosing not to, based on a certain interpretation of the law, not provide emergency funding to SNAP benefits to try to force Democrats to accept a bill that doesn't specifically provide Obamacare subsidies and ACA subsidies. Or ACA and Obamacare are the same thing. I meant to say Medicare.
Yeah, like let's make it clear, right? This would not have been an issue if Republicans, who control all the branches of the government, would have passed a bill to either fix or to fund the ACA premiums. Because if that had been fixed, there would have been no government shutdown.
Right. Why ain't both of them coming to an agreement now?
Why aren't they? Because Republicans don't want to come to an agreement. Donald Trump is overseas right now. He has no interest in actually coming to the table and sitting down and trying to craft a policy that will get us out of this mess. He has, and even Republicans have said that he's been very hands-off, right? And so you need somebody to come together and for them both to sit down and say, we need to get this actually through. And instead, all Republicans want to do is just pass a very basic bill that does not fix the issue of the ACA premiums, and then millions and millions of Americans will see their healthcare premiums skyrocket in about 3 days from now. And we have no plan for it because the Republicans who are in charge don't have a healthcare plan.
Right. No, I mean, but I do like what you say, Parker. I've listened to you a little bit, but some of these people in here are freaking unhinged. Like last night, the Antichrist shit.
Yeah, it's unhinged.
I hope you clip that.
Yeah, I definitely will be. That was unhinged. But yeah, like the general idea that I'm getting to is that MAGA is extraordinarily extreme. I'm guessing you want the country to be more unified. I'm guessing you want people to be taken care of. Donald Trump doesn't do that. He's specifically advocating for greater levels of taxation for working class people to give massive tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires. Whereas the Democrats are advocating for tax cuts for working class people while increasing taxes on the very richest Americans, those that have income over $400,000 a year, on their income over $400,000 a year, to a slight increase in terms of percentage, to be able to have a more balanced budget, to be able to provide more like systems and social programs for people in need, etc.
Right. Well, I appreciate you letting me come on. I'll let you get somebody else in here.
Appreciate you coming up. Thank you.
Thanks for listening.
Have a good one.
You as well. Let's go on to the next individual, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Jessica, thank you so much for $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Jessica. Thank you.
Jesus.
They said ironing sucks, but you're making it better. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. W Jessica, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Yo, what's up, how old are you?
Hello, Aiden.
People are spamming in the comment section. There's this one person spamming debate Hayden. There's no Hayden in my guest box, genuinely.
Maybe they meant them. You know, Aiden.
Yeah, that's the only. I literally added them up because it was the only person that had a similar name to them. And it sounded like they were asleep. So, yo, what's up? How old are you?
All right, wait, am I on? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my
do you support
God.
Donald Trump?
I do.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Trump?
There's a lot of things that, in general, like, I've heard a lot of the arguments. I watch a lot of your stuff. Dude, I'm like shaking. I watch a lot of your stuff. And like, I completely get his like social, you know, there's certain social stuff I completely understand, but I felt like a lot of the stuff, I felt like he was very about unity and like, you know, us not being so divided. I really do. And I feel like a lot of like what's happening here is it's just like we're polarizing and we're very divided. I can't see the comment section anymore also.
Okay. I would say that he definitely is not bringing the country to be more unified. I would say he divides the country more. He says that he hates his enemy. He's called us Marxist, communist, fascists that are trying to destroy the country. Radical left lunatics that are trying to destroy the country. I mean, like...
Yeah, I feel like he's... I absolutely agree that his like, things he says are very out there, but I will tell you like straight up why I voted for him, right? And why I trusted is because I feel like he's not all caught up in like, I think we can all agree that there is corruption on both sides, right? And so I think that like he's not like he didn't have to run for president the first time. I just feel like he's trying to break all that corruption and be like, okay, here I am, and I know. I'm sorry. I'm really nervous also, so I'm not getting my points.
Oh, you're fine. I think he's the most corrupt candidate for president in U.S. history.
Yes, but
genuinely, like I mean, he dropped a meme
both
coin
sides
that
are
foreign governments.
corrupt, though.
Okay, but can you explain to me what Kamala Harris did that was corrupt?
I cannot. I don't have a response for that. I don't.
And you do
But I
believe that
think
there are
that
things
it's
that
like-
Donald Trump has done that is corrupt, because you said both sides were corrupt. So you at least believe that there are
Yeah.
some things Donald Trump has done that's corrupt. If you can't mention anything that Kamala Harris has done as corrupt, but you could mention things that Donald Trump has done that is corrupt, how could you say that you would support Donald Trump because of less corruption?
Oh, because that's what I'm saying, is that I feel like he's very straight, like, he says what's on his mind. He's very straightforward. He doesn't care about, like, the public opinion, you know, clearly. And so I feel like I trust, that is, you know, it's asking why I voted for him. That's why. Like, I felt like...
Because he speaks his mind.
Yes, like where I just feel like I never really know what to believe.
But like, don't you want like a president who at times is going to be like more introspective and not say just like the first thing that's on his mind? Because when you speak as the president, your words have such power that they can literally move nations.
Yeah, like for example, we'll give explicit examples. He brought up using nukes to fight hurricanes. He brought up using disinfectant by injection to fight COVID-19. Right, he's talked about saying that Tylenol causes autism when used during pregnancy, when there's actually no evidence of that. When there's actually a Swedish study that indicated that after that specifically Tylenol usage during pregnancy has no association with autism after taking into account siblings and genetics.
Yeah, the statements that he makes, you know, whether or not, like, yes, I think most of the time he's joking. Not that that makes it okay. like he's very out there. He's very opinionated. He's very, I'm not like I can see absolutely where like your side is, but I'm just saying like that I feel like it was almost a refreshing thing because so many people in politics, not just like the president, whoever's running. I just think that there is a lot of like weird stuff going on. And so and just kind of like if you always are speaking correctly and it seems like it's very
Can
like
I point something
staged.
out to you? Just as
Sure,
like a
sure.
question.
Yeah.
Joe Biden was known since the 70s, since he became like a U.S. senator, for saying the wrong thing because he would just say what's on his mind, and he got in trouble often because he would just say stuff and then he had to walk it back because he said what was on his mind, right?
Well, I like that he did
but
that. Like
but
I
okay,
like
Bada, bada, ba-da-da-da.
about
many things. It can be groceries. It can be like non-perishables. It can be basically anything that is like imported or even
okay.
the base supplies that like make those things.
Wasn't but I believe one of the things that he wanted to do was for us to produce our own, have our own factories, produce our own goods so that we're not relying so much also.
Yeah, no, but like some things we can't produce here. Things
Yeah,
like
for
coffee,
sure.
right?
For sure.
Things like coffee. We can't grow coffee here. It's not possible. But yet we have a huge tariff on coffee, right? That makes no sense.
So
There are
has
certain
coffee gone up? I don't
yes,
know.
yes,
Okay.
by like 30%.
I'm just saying I haven't been able to like afford a Honeycrisp apple for like 3 years. So I don't know what's going on there, but that I feel like things have been inflated for some time,
But Trump's making it
and
But
not
worse.
yeah, because Donald Trump ran on the idea of lowering prices. Simply based on that metric,
yeah.
right? He has
Yeah.
failed. Like like so far, right?
Well,
He has
doesn't
failed
it
on that
take
metric.
some time for like
No, because we know what is causing the price increases. We know that tariffs cause
Mhm.
price increases of this magnitude, and he's not going to lay off it, and it's impossible.
The Federal Reserve
for
has
people to start up and start making the things here at home in like 2 or 3 years. It's just not possible. So he's playing the long game, and like theoretically, and so your prices are not going to go down anytime soon. They'll just continue to go up because he keeps putting more and more tariffs on.
Yeah, no, like if that, so I've kind of been giving it time to see, it's like, okay,
just concluded their meeting.
I trust
They
what he
decided to cut
says. I
interest
wanna see
rates,
what
and also they
happens.
just got one step closer to
I-
printing a lot of money.
If what
My
like,
estimation
yes,
is that it's
if
going to be
in,
trillions of
a
dollars in the
year
not so
from
far
his-
He's a
future,
liar,
probably
though. Why do you trust a
2026. So get ready for
I'm
more
not
inflation.
talk-
Let's begin with
What
the
are
official
you
statement
saying
from the
lies
FOMC
about?
meeting. This is straight from the
Well,
Federal
he lied
Reserve.
about decreasing prices because tariffs increase prices. He said that the foreign countries are the ones that pay the tariff, which is clearly not true. It's paid by the American importer that's importing the business or importing the goods, right? And they pass it down to the American consumer. He lied about the 2020 election results. Right?
Okay.
He lied about his
that's
affiliations
I
with
feel like
Project
we could
2025.
say that on both. Like everyone's always
We didn't
accusing
say
the
that we
other
won.
side of like.
We didn't say we
of-
won in 2024.
No, I'm saying there's, and this is kind of my point. Is like both sides have always said, when someone wins or voting that there was something skewed or like that happened.
No, we don't. We
When
don't
he
always
won
say
the-
that.
scale. No, not on that scale.
Yeah,
Not on that scale.
Yeah, we never specifically tried to overthrow the election. Yeah, I mean, he sent false slates of electors to electoral college to cast Trump votes when he didn't win to try to steal the election.
Yeah,
Are-
no president.
Are
has
you
ever
like
called-
I don't know. I feel like that's definitely something that's said, but I don't think that you can like 100% say like that happened.
We
It
have
did.
court cases.
We have court
They
cases.
admitted
Yeah,
to it
yes,
in
court
court cases.
cases absolutely. A lot of people were, coming at him from all angles.
No,
like
no.
No, no, no,
They
no, no,
they
no.
admitted it in court.
Yeah.
They literally said that
He-
he just had immunity for it.
Yeah, he asked Republicans in states like Arizona.
Oh,
to
isn't that
send-
what isn't that what everything is when you're running? You're trying to gain people.
No, no,
Like-
no, no. No. So when people vote, right,
Mhm.
whoever wins the state, their electors go to the person that won, right? He
Yep.
wanted, because Joe Biden won Arizona, as an example, he wanted his party to give what's known as alternate electors in order to send to Congress to vote for him. And what they did is they forged documents saying that he was the rightful actual winner, and that is fraud, and that is like fraud
Yeah,
on the
absolutely.
country. And that was found in Georgia, in Arizona, in Michigan, all the states that Joe Biden won. He tried to persuade Republicans to lie about what they were doing, not even to mention the fact that he got directly involved by doing something that no other president has done. He called a Georgia official and asked him to find votes that do not exist so that he could win the state. Think about that.
Yeah, no, I guess it's like anything that goes to court or that you're accusing somebody of, like you can never know 100% that, that is what happened. I don't know. Like I don't
No, okay. No. We do know that it happened 100%. One, because we have him on tape saying it. We have court documents. We have people that have been found guilty. We have all the evidence to show that it happened. We have the documents themselves. These are things are not in like big disputes. Like no one disputes these things.
So would those let's take those out of the equation. Are you saying like he would have lost
What?
the
He did
election?
lose.
Are you saying he would have lost the election? Like if
He did lose the
The vo-
election.
Yep.
He did lose the election.
sorry, I'm talking about Trump. Sorry.
Yeah, Trump lost in 2020.
Oh, you're saying that last election that
Yeah.
he did that. Okay.
Yeah, the one where he tried to, overthrow the government in like
Yeah.
multiple different ways.
He also called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution. And since he's become president here in 2025, he's not only pardoned violent rioters who beat police officers and called them patriots, but he's also specifically undermined multiple of our constitutionally protected rights.
In what way? And
Yeah,
I know
so-
I'm gonna walk into a trap here, but in what way?
It's not a trap. It's just me explaining. So like in terms of this, for the First Amendment, he's passed an executive order that we should put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag, which has been determined by the Supreme Court to be protected by the First Amendment because it's symbolic speech.
Sure.
That's
Uh,
one example.
Can I make
Second-
one comment on
Go
that?
ahead.
So I think like that's part of what I mean by I feel like he's trying to unify it. Like why are we not all unifying together, and why are we burning the American flag? Like that's
No one is
wild.
saying that you no one's saying is that you have to like it. We're saying that you have to permit it because the Constitution says so.
Yeah, it's a freedom ingrained by the
I guess where
Constitution.
does that end then? Like
Well, it's free
what's
speech.
the bar?
Yeah, it's symbolic
Like,
speech. Like, you
SCOTUS
could-
has given us the line.
yeah, that's they identified that. They identified that this is an identification of symbolic speech.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like that's his way of being like the he's wants us to be one united America. That's what
You
he
don't
has
do
said.
that by taking away a right.
Saying don't burn the flag.
no.
Yeah, you
He
don't
could
do
say
that.
that.
He can say
He could
that.
say,
He can
"Don't burn the
say
flag,"
you
but that's
shouldn't
not what
do
he's doing.
this. That's different
Yeah.
from saying that people should be put in prison for doing so.
Has anyone been put in prison for doing that?
There's a case I think going forward where someone was like arrested for it, and it's like in court. I don't know where it's at right now, but the reason why they haven't like outright just like arrested anybody is because they know that to simply just arrest somebody would be blatantly unconstitutional. So they're trying to like work around it.
Yeah. I think I completely agree with that, but I think that kind of goes back to the point I was saying earlier. Like, I know that he's very out there with this things that he says, but has any, and absolutely, if those things were happening left and right, for sure. But I think a lot of it is just speculation of what is to come.
But no. He signed an
No.
order saying that he was
Yeah,
going
like
to
he already
do
did
this.
this.
The order itself is the
No,
problem.
yeah. But has that been like put forward? So you're saying there is?
It doesn't matter when I've been forward. He's directly challenging a constitutional right. That's an issue because it's there, and if anybody does it, like if I go outside to like burn a flag I bought that is my property, and I want to burn it, right? I can be arrested for that. That is wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree. I just also think like burning the flag, like for me
You can-
personally, that's so
fine.
off-putting.
That's fine.
Like,
there are many forms of speech that I don't like, right? I don't like the
do
fact.
you guys like? Does that bother you? Is it just the fact that
I
it's
wouldn't
the right?
burn the flag personally. Personally, I would not burn the flag, right? But
Parker?
I'm not going to judge somebody who like does want to burn the flag because that's their right to do it, right? That's their right.
Correct. You can pretty much yes. You can yes, but it should be very frowned upon. And I feel like that's kind of
Again, that's different than it being illegal. We were pointing on the fact that it's illegal.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
like that's what
And an
Donald Trump's
actual
trying to do. That's a
president-
violation of the amendment.
Who was like a
Yeah, I hear
person
you.
who's a unifier. He would go to the bully pulpit, not make an order, but he would say, I do not like flag burning. I think it's wrong. I think no American should do it. However, it is a constitutional right, and we as Americans, we uphold the Constitution above all else, and because that's a right, we will defend your right even when I disagree with it. That's unifying because it's saying I
Sure.
disagree with you, but I will still defend your right to do it because that's what makes us like one people.
Yeah, I think that he's very intense in his decision making and the things that he says. I do, but I do feel like in my core that he is coming from a good place with it. I do. Like,
Really? Why do you think that?
it kind of goes back to he has not ever done anything that he's not said. Like, he's very straightforward in what he wants to do,
He has
and
done
everything
lots
that
of
he
things
said.
that he hasn't said. Like,
Yeah, I
he
don't know
changes his
everything
position on
he
things all the
said.
time. He
Oh,
changes
really?
positions on things all the time. He constantly is all over the place. he doesn't say he does things all the time, yet he does them. I mean, I can give you examples. I mean, also, like, just in general, like, I don't think any of these are, like, reasons why you'd support Trump. Do you have, like, a policy of Trump's that you like?
I just feel like that's yes, there's a lot of things that were talked about with previous people that I wanted to say things, but I feel like I'm gonna get in deep. I don't know, but yes, there are absolutely. So the drugs coming to the US, you were comparing that to alcohol. Like some of the drugs that are coming in, you're saying they didn't know for sure on the boat that was coming here.
I was comparing like W drug to alcohol. Yeah.
I don't even know what W drug is, but
M drug.
M drug. Like
I don't know what that is either.
The devil's lettuce.
Mary
Oh.
Jane.
Weed?
Oh my God! Not
That's
to kick
what was
you.
coming in on the boat?
Jesus fucking Christ, dude!
We tried. We
Holy
tried so
shit,
hard.
dude! Holy fuck, man! Like, was it not blatantly obvious?
Yeah, we tried.
Now I have to kick them because you can't say that on the live. It's TikTok TOS.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
We're
Yeah, I know.
explicitly trying to go around that. And that
They
the
haven't
last
said that.
person was saying that they thought it would be justified to bomb a boat that specifically had that DRUG on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Parker, I'm out of here. Thanks for having me up. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, man.
Chat, thanks for having me up here, and bye, YouTube.
Matt.
Y'all take care of yourself. Bye, Kate.
Matt.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Always good
Yep.
seeing you, man.
See you later. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Joey, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Oh, of course. I have a question for you, Parker.
If you could
Where
go
does
back
all
in
this?
time.
No, Parker. Let me talk. Where does all this money come from? Like, where does this go to? Do you guys use it for yourself? You and Dean are like known scammers and racists.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
Don't worry about that, buddy. All
What's
I
your
have to
birth?
say
What's
is,
your birth year? I clarify this
shut
with
up,
every
Parker.
person that comes
You're a
up on my
racist,
stream.
Parker. You're a racist, Parker.
What am I racist
You're a
for?
racist. You're a racist, Parker.
What am I racist for?
You're a known racist, Parker.
What did I do?
You and Dean. You're a known racist.
What did I do that's racist?
What'd you guys say in the Discord? What'd you guys say in the Discord?
What did I say in the Discord and what
You're
circumstance?
a racist, Parker.
I
You're
don't have a
racist.
Discord anymore. How am I a racist?
Why do you support Kamala? Why do you support Kamala?
Do you want to answer my question?
Why do you support Kamala? Answer mine.
Okay, so I like how he's not even engaging with that. He was just saying that to try to get me to not kick him. That's obviously disingenuous. We're gonna go to the next person. They obviously weren't old enough. You have to clarify your birth year. Every single person I ask to do so. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I don't even have my Discord open, by the way, anymore. Like, I haven't had it open in a while. So I don't even know what they're talking about. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Sorry, I didn't mean to join.
You're good. You're good. Madeline, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Literally, though. Mackenzie, thank you so much for the $1. Really appreciate it. Thank you. That's true. That's true. I should. Kara, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Steven with the $45 on Cash App. Can we some W's for Steven in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Can we some W's for Steven in the comment section right now? Thank you so much.
Gold star graph.
Alrighty, everybody, let's go on to the next individual real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates.
Okay, crash, and then what?
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Oh, they sound like they're trolling. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We're just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. If you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? Okay. Let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Alrighty. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Again, everyone, we are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I don't keep up with that. No, it's you would know what I'm talking about.
Okay. It seems like they didn't mean to join in. Let's go on to the next individual. If you're on YouTube, again, hit that thumbs up, everyone. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's get to 1 million likes. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? So the next individual only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Can you hear me?
Push the
I'm
galaxy.
35. I'm
support Donald
35.
Trump?
I live in Los Angeles. I support Donald Trump.
Okay. If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Absolutely Donald Trump.
Okay. Why do you
And
support
before
Donald
we
Trump?
start, before I tell you why I support Donald Trump, I fit the criteria, right? I support him, right? You're not going to mute me or ban me or talk over me or something like that.
No. Have
Because
you been on the stream before?
I came from a Democrat. No, this is my first time. I've been watching you for an hour. Okay, my family were Democrats. I voted for Obama. And I thought he wasn't going to assassinate someone in the middle of the streets, but he did. Even though that was a dictator, that's still the same premise of what you're saying about how Democrats are not against that. But Obama is, and he's the #1 supporter of this Prop 50, of what's going on right now. And you really feel like California is going to be safe if Gavin Newsom passes yes on no 50?
I think we should do yes on 50. I'm in California going to vote yes on 50. Hell
You
yeah.
are?
Yes on 50. Hell yeah.
But that's illegal. That's against the Constitution.
It is not illegal. It is
Yes,
not
it is.
illegal.
Gerrymandering is illegal, and nobody should do it. Trump shouldn't do it. Nobody should do it.
Wait. If it's currently considered illegal, then why is it not illegal when Trump is asking for red states to do it?
Because they're manipulating the government. The government's corrupt, like the last person.
Wait, but Trump was advocating for red states to do it. So are you okay with Trump?
Yeah,
doing
that's
that?
corrupt too. And Trump isn't a politician. Trump is an actor.
Here's the
Trump
here's
was
the point.
sent by
We're
the
not going to sit
Republican
here.
Party
We're not going to
to
sit here.
destroy.
Listen.
I
we're
am
not,
though.
Listen.
I'm sitting here, and you
listen,
can't hear the
listen,
truth. No,
listen.
dude, Parker, you gotta listen, dude. You're not listening to me. I'm trying to help you. You're not helping me. I made my decision. My Democratic family let me get raped, okay? And they tried to hide it under the rug for their political image, like you do. You accept money. You know what George Washington did? He didn't accept money, and that's why they voted him to be the president.
I would not.
You accept money from Venmo. Every
hold
time
up,
you demonize Trump, you accept money on Venmo. You accept money on Venmo. Why? What do you feed the homeless with that money? Feed the homeless with the money you accept. If you're so much better, if you know what's right. Why? Because you support Kamala Harris or Kamala, however you want to say it. That doesn't matter how you say names. If people have speech impediments, you call them idiots, you call them gross.
Wait,
that's
no, we don't.
dehumanizing.
No, I
You
don't.
dehumanize people. You dehumanize people. I'm more upset than you are because you're wrong. I'm older than you. And you don't listen. You don't listen. You are violent.
I'm listening
You're
to you right
gonna
now.
bring so much violence.
Hey,
if
I want to have a
listen to
conversation with you.
You're
Instead
a
of you
danger.
screaming at
You're
me,
a danger
can
to
you have
society.
a conversation with me? How am I a danger to society?
Because your ideals support violence and bringing fentanyl into our country.
You just said F drug. You can't even say that on the live. Now I have to actually kick them. Okay, I don't know why he just came on the live and just started screaming at me. That was like actually like insane. To start screaming at me and not to like let me engage with the conversation. Genuinely, I would have loved to engage with the conversation, but I can't now because you've literally said F drug and you can't say that on the live. That's very unfortunate.
God damn, bro. Do Parker fuck it.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I did not mean to join.
All right, let's go to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 29.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
If you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
Trump.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
I think his trade policies. He's the only person that can do that type of deals with different countries.
Okay. What specific trade policies would you point to?
The deals that he's making with Japan and India, for example. He's very interested in that. Other presidents don't seem interested in trade.
Okay, so I think that when he imposes tariffs, it reduces the level of trade overall. I think that a better way to engage specifically with countries around the world in terms of getting trade deals is not by threatening them with tariffs, but instead trying to negotiate through diplomacy to specifically get them to accept trade deals. Because overall, if you impose a tariff, it creates a disincentive or disincentivizes countries around the world from investing in the United States.
What? But they're committing more money to the states.
What do you mean? There's no evidence that they're committing more money than they would have, specifically otherwise, because it is the case that, like, if you look at the policy, right, the tariffs decrease the level of trade with our country because they increase the cost of trade between countries.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, I just think that getting into the weeds of the trade is something other presidents may not have done so much.
Say that again?
I think other presidents may not have tried to cut deals with other countries so much.
I mean, I think that other presidents would have tried to cut deals and tried to engage in trade. I think there would have been more trade if we had a Democrat in office. What makes you think that there's more trade with Trump in office? Because I would say that we have pretty good reason to, again, believe that there's less trade because of the fact that there's been tariffs implemented.
It seems like all these countries are, I don't know, maybe he's more publicizing it more, maybe that's it.
Say that again, sorry?
Dude, what
I think maybe
the
he's publicizing it more. He's able to use the
Bro, why is all the money in?
presidency more for a show. Maybe. That's why.
So why is that a reason to support him?
Well, maybe it is good that other presidents should be more communicating like he is. Maybe it's not a reason to support, but I'm just saying generally the Democrat previously didn't do that. Obama did, but Biden didn't do it.
I'm not really following with you here. Like, what was the, you're saying that, like, we wouldn't have got this trade if Democrats were in office? Is that what you're arguing? Because we had trade deals under the Democrats.
Maybe making a broader point about communication to the public. It seems that Trump every day is in front of a camera talking, whether right or wrong. I just say that the Democrats need to learn a lesson about communicating more daily, frequently. I don't think you can deny that.
Sure, I guess Democrats could communicate more. I don't disagree with that. I think that Trump takes credit for things that he has nothing to do with, though, and I think that that level of communication is bad. So, I mean, Trump might communicate more, but his communication is more harmful to our country, especially because he's spreading misinformation.
Okay. I think that's okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go on to the next individual, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. We are just looking for some debates. Rue, thank you so much for the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yes, on 50. Super important. Senorita, thank you so much for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give some W's for Senorita in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go on the next individual real quick, everybody. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the TikTok screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 44.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Okay, if you could go back in time, you could either vote for Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Who would you rather vote for?
I would vote for Trump, but
There's websites. What I've underlined shows that the Federal Reserve has decided to cut interest rates at this meeting by 1/4 point. The Fed funds interest rate is now at 4.0%. And I just want to tell you that this was expected. And as I said, nobody should be shocked by this. Now, here's the shocker to most people. However, I did warn about this last week. At this very meeting, the Federal Reserve has decided to end the money tightening. It says the committee decided to conclude the reduction of its aggregate securities holding on December 1st. This means that quantitative tightening or balance sheet runoff is now over. Okay, so what did I tell you last year? First come the interest rate cuts, then comes the ending of the tightening cycle, which is on December 1st, and then they turn the money printers back on in 2026. And then inflation's going to come roaring back with a vengeance. And how did I know this? It's because the Federal Reserve is cornered and they have no other options. So I'm going to cover that, more of that discussion in a separate video, but today we're just going to focus on the FOMC meeting. Now, I want to show you the highlights of the Federal Reserve press conference. So you have to know that the next Federal Reserve meeting is going to take place on December 10th. And at that meeting in December, they're going to decide whether to cut interest rates again or not. Before today's press conference, there was a 92.8% chance that the Federal Reserve would cut interest rates again in December. And that's according to the CME Fed Watch tool. So the reporter asks whether it's a certainty that the Federal Reserve will cut rates again in December.
There's things that have changed, like the tariffs and, the border, the deportation. So how, as a conservative, would you, as I guess you would say you're a liberal or a Democrat. Is that fair enough to say?
Mm-hmm.
Where would you stand on someone like me and someone like you without having, a disagreement and it feuding into something combative, but to at least come together? Like, I liked how you were talking the other week about how there was a Republican, I think it was Rand Paul, you don't really like, but he will sit and talk and debate with you. And that's kind of where I want to stand with Democrats.
I think I was talking about like John McCain. I said the idea that at least from my understanding that the way John McCain would engage in politics versus the way that Donald Trump engages in politics, right? I mean, Donald Trump said that John McCain's not a war hero because he was captured. That's what Donald Trump said. So, I mean, John McCain definitely engaged in significantly more respectable politics than I would say Donald Trump does. And I'm just saying that would bring a significantly greater level of unity back to the country if Republicans started to act more like that rather than acting more like Donald Trump.
Right. So do you think...
I mean, Rand Paul does act more reasonably than Donald Trump does too. I would say that.
Yeah, I mean, I just like the Republicans and the ones that are actually willing to hear. I mean, I look at Trump and, I mean, I'm going to be just blatantly honest. I mean, he's an office prick. He's not a politician, but he's an office prick. You know what I mean? He comes in, you're fired. He comes in. If you don't do what he's doing, it's like it's against the grain. Now, I mean, get it. He's kind of ruthless and his policies don't line up. And yeah, there's some things that's questioning his reputation as a president or whatever. But if I could get past that, I mean, if we could agree, like if we just want someone that's willing to just try to make a change in the country in a good way, and we didn't have to, dehumanize them as what they did in their past or whatever. Like I've done some stupid shit in my past, but I don't think that makes me a person who I am today. You know what I mean? I'm a father. I work hard and I try to do what's best. And that's kind of where I'm at and who I like to see. Is Donald Trump the answer to that? Probably not.
I think there are certain things we put people in prison for life, right? And I think rape is one of them, right? So if that's going to be something we put people in prison for life, obviously it's going to be something that we think that people aren't redeemable from, right?
Are you talking about the one that accused him of rape, the gal?
There's been 26 different women that have accused him of sexual misconduct, but I'm specifically talking about the fact that he was held civilly liable of forcibly penetrating E. Jean Carroll's vagina against her will, amongst an entire jury of 9 people unanimously.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't, and forgive me for not being able to know the ins and outs. I mean, yes, you're right. He was held liable civilly for that. What I don't understand is if that was the case, how come he's president and not in prison for that? You know what I mean?
Because the statute of limitations in New York says that you can't try someone after a certain amount of years, right, of sexual abuse, right? Because of the fact that even if you have, no matter the level of evidence that you have.
But I think there's cases though that if for instance, there's daughters that are in their 30s that finally came out and said that their stepdads or whatever sexually abused them, 20-something years ago, they're still being held liable. I don't understand how they can be held liable.
Not in New York.
Oh, you're saying
not
in the state of New York,
not in criminal cases, only in civil cases in New York at that time. So that's why she wasn't allowed to apply that to her abuser, right? Because it is the case that there wasn't the statute of limitations, but there was a law that changed that allowed for thousands of different people, specifically in New York, to try their abusers in civil courts, but they still weren't able to in criminal cases. So that's why he was held civilly liable, but he wasn't criminally found guilty because of the statute of limitations.
So let me ask you this, Parker. Because I remember hearing that you used to be a Trump supporter, correct? Back in high school, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
What changed your mind? I mean, other than the reputation. I mean, what made you feel like the Democrat and the liberal side was a better fit for you versus the conservative side?
Yeah, because I mean, I grew up in a Christian conservative household, and I would say that like I grew up thinking that like we would take care of people in our communities, right? That like we had social programs that specifically would be beneficial for people, and I thought that specifically would be really important. And as I critically thought about my different views, I realized that the Republican Party did not uphold that to a greater extent. And although I wanted things like smaller government or whatnot, or like less taxes because I thought that gave people more money, inevitably speaking, where the Republican Party was not advocating for lower taxes for working class Americans, they were advocating for lower taxes for rich and wealthy Americans, right? And for increasing taxes on working class Americans. So
Exactly,
I
that's
also,
right.
got more involved with politics. I realized the implications. I had misconceptions specifically about immigration. I used to think specifically that like, oh, we can't have social programs for people who are specifically coming to the country who are undocumented. I had those particular positions as well, right? And I realized that like those positions aren't accurate, right? Those positions don't lead to a better country. Those positions do not lead to more unification for our country. And the positions that I hold now accurately reflect those values.
So do you feel that if you're illegal and you break into our country, do you feel that it's all right for them to stay,
If you
or
haven't
do you
committed
feel
a
like
violent
that they?
crime, if you haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, I believe you should be given a pathway to citizenship, right? So that they have like an incentive to identify themselves to authorities, and because they would have been allowed to stay in our country either way, and that our current legal immigration processes take too long currently right now. It would make sense to enforce immigration laws, right? In situations where like those immigration laws make sense. But in situations where the immigration laws do not make sense and do not help the safety and security of our country, then I obviously don't care for them to be enforced. I don't think that they should be, right? Like, for example, if someone jaywalks, right, and it's not a threat to anyone's safety, I do not think that they should be held accountable. But if they jaywalked
Right.
and it was seriously a threat to people's safety, then they should be held accountable, right? So not in all circumstances do we enforce certain laws like that. It's only when it would be a threat to our safety and security. And simply when people have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, have been in the country for decades, have been living here, working in their communities, it's beneficial for them to be given a pathway to citizenship, and they're not harming our country in any way. It's not a threat or to our safety and security as a country. It benefits our safety and security. It makes our country better off economically speaking. So, I mean, there's so many benefits to immigration. I think it's an important aspect of our culture, right? I think immigration is really, really like an incredible thing.
I agree. I mean that's how our country started, was from immigration. I just my contention would be that I feel that our country is just out of order right now. Like we are just all over the world. I mean, for God's sakes, our government is shut down right now. And I just feel like opening our borders at this point is not the best until we can get our own country in order. And that's kind of where I stand. I don't have anything against anybody that's coming into the country, and I'm with you. If they're not breaking the law or anything, then they should have free paths at citizenship. However, the numbers have been increasing. That a lot of the people that are breaking in are criminals.
No, actually, 70% of people detained by ICE have no criminal record. An overwhelming majority of people who are detained by ICE have absolutely no criminal record. I don't know what numbers you're looking at. That was from federal government data. And by the way, we didn't have an open border. I was still advocating for restrictions for those that have committed violent crimes and bad crimes. Like, for example, if someone was held civilly liable of sexual abuse, I don't think that they should be allowed in the country, and I would think it's okay to deport them. Right? We could point to like specific things like we can walk and chew gum at the same time, and immigrants are not specifically a drain on our system. They help us specifically with our problems. They help us solve our problems. More people to help solve our problems, right?
How is that? How are they solving our problems, if you don't mind me asking?
They help us economically speaking. The immigration surge that happened under the Biden-Harris administration will lead to an $8.9 trillion increase in the GDP by 2034, which will specifically be beneficial for our economy in terms of the growth, alongside increasing the level of tax revenue that we get, specifically allowing for us to continue the level of Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security to the same degree in terms of benefits that we currently have right now, without us having to having those programs go insolvent as early. But Donald Trump's policies are leading to insolvency earlier comparative to Kamala Harris and what her policies would have been.
Got it. So if it's not Kamala Harris, that doesn't make this next election. Who are you? Who would you like to see on that side in the office?
I mean, I would like a progressive like AOC, but I would take any of the the leading Democratic nominees over like Vance and Rubio.
Okay, but like who? Who do you have in mind? Like, are you talking like Gavin Newsom? Are you talking?
I already said AOC.
Oh, AOC. I'm sorry, I didn't hear it cut out. Okay. The reason I asked is because I just like to do more research on both sides. You know what I mean? I like to see taking this at a fair approach. Just because I kind of feel like I was kind of primed for the Republican in a way, and being so new into coming into politics, I take it more of an interest. I think it's a fair approach to kind of see both sides, and I'd be willing to look at AOC and see, what they're looking to provide for the Democratic side.
Yeah. So but my point is, I would vote for Newsom over Rubio and Vance. I would vote for Bashir over them. I would vote for Tallarico over them. I would vote for any of the.
It's
leading
hard to
candidates,
vote for
Harris over
Newsom.
them, Pritzker over them, right? Like all
Yeah.
of these candidates, I would vote for over the Republicans there.
Yeah, I live in California, and Newsom's not very fond in my area just because of his, his term in office, what he's done, the money that he's spent and wasted here in California. I live actually right next to one of his wineries that he has. And I don't know, maybe I need to do more research and see what he stands by, but it's just,